Hi, morning guys. I hope that you're well refreshed. Honestly, I'm like starting this whole new life for myself where I'm more consistent on the goals that I want to achieve. I'm trying to be healthier. I'm trying to have my own personal businesses going. I'm trying to be mentally strong, spiritually strong. But it's pretty taxing. It's kind of a lot. One thing that I didn't really prepare for, or I never really thought of, like growing up military, I've always just made friends based on like the location that I was in. But like being an adult, trying in a new city, trying to make friends is probably one of the most challenging things ever. And you have to do a bunch of like things that like you didn't think that you would ever have to do. Like it reminds me of like those social circles that you were in as a kid, and you'd go around the circle and you'd be like, hi, my name, those icebreakers, the icebreakers, and you're like, hi, my name is so and so, I do this, I'm this age, please be my friend. You know, it's like you have to convince adults to like be your friend, which is harder because like you only see them like once or twice, and everybody's got a full life, whether they're in a relationship or they have a job or they live a little bit further, and it's like traffic, like everybody's got their own things where it's actually like pretty challenging to maintain them. So I'm kind of excited because, hold on, let me see if I can get some gel. I'm back. I don't want to lower you a pinch. There we go. I'm actually really excited because some chefs, some girlies in San Diego, they're all like pastry chefs, and one of my friends organized this event to meet other girlies, and then we had like this Galentine's where we got to meet everybody, and it was super sweet. And then now it's like officially pie day, and so it's a good opportunity to like bake a bunch of different pies. And so we have this big pie bake sale in the next couple days that I'm really excited. It's like a pop-up event, and I just thought it was so sweet that she even considered to invite me. You know, like I'm still fairly new to San Diego, so it's pretty cool that I'm like a part of this like process. It's like to celebrate my friend Jackie's birthday. She's also a pastry chef. I feel like the biggest thing that they say is like good things take time, and I think I've always just been super impatient, mostly because like I've never lived in a place where I'm like there longer than like a year or two. So it's like, be my friend now. Versus like, you know, taking the time, a couple years to like eventually grow and trust and be around for somebody for a long period of time. And that's new and exciting for me. So I just wanted to say, like, if you're out there like in a new city, girl, me too. And take some time, be patient with yourself. Everything is gonna work out. It may not be in the exact way that you think that it's gonna be, but trust, it's gonna work out. I want to do nothing crazy with my makeup. I'm literally gonna go run, but because my makeup's like sunblock, I'm like, okay, I have to put some on. Yesterday I went on a run and it was so freaking hot because I decided to get up really late. Yesterday I ran outside at like 9-10, and then today it's like 11 because I stayed up really late. And I'm like, oh shit, it's about to be so hot outside. And so my one regret was not putting on enough sunblock. And yesterday I stopped by and grabbed a visor and a water bottle backpack. That way when I run these trails, I'm literally not like dying. Hopefully that's enough. I want to just like put enough. There we go. That seems good. And then I know I'm gonna go on a run, but like heck, what? A little blush never killed nobody. This year I've wanted to like really work on my fitness goals. I feel like I've been pretty consistent at the gym for a few years now, which is really good. Like my strength is up, but I feel like I've wanted to do something that like really challenges me, that pushes me forward. Do something that I hate, but that has like a lot of rewards. Like running is one of those things I've never liked growing up, mostly because I wasn't really good at it. But just like with anything, if you work on it, you just get better. And so I'm in the stage where now I just want to work on it. I want to do better. I want to do really good. Dang, here I am. I want to eat a little orange too. So the question is, like, we're friends now. So what are your fitness goals? Let me know in the comments. What is something that you want to work on for yourself this year? And what are you actively doing to get better, to grow? I was listening to this podcast yesterday, and the question was like, why do you think people are so susceptible to like the ways of the world, I guess, whether that be greed or what's trending, what to buy, like consumerism, all this kind of stuff. And I found the conversation really interesting. And he's like, to be honest, like people don't really take time to develop themselves anymore. Like people don't take time to read. People don't read like they used to. And I'm a big reader. I hope y'all know that. I can't wait to like post different like books that I'm reading on my channel. But he said that if things are aesthetically pleasing enough, the editing is fire. There's cool music, cool vibes, beautiful people, snapshotty, like pop, pop, pop. Then like whatever message is behind that, people are more willing to receive it and accept it for truth. And I just found that so intriguing because that's true. Like if we appreciate beauty in the graphics or like the artistic work behind it, it doesn't really matter what message is being shared. And he said the thing with reading, and the one thing I love about reading, because like even a podcast or audiobook can't really do it as much justice because it continues on a momentum, but reading, you set your own pace. I feel like books are like looking glasses, they're like mirrors, because it's literally you interpreting somebody else's like thought, and they're timeless, which I find so beautiful. If you really think about books and how like break through like the force field of like time, like the fact that you can read about somebody's life from like the 1600s is kind of insane, that you can relate to like whatever that person's gone through, because essentially you're just interpreting it based off of your own experiences and then maybe like coming to a new conclusion. I think that's the most beautiful thing about books, but it's something that you only like, you need the time to be able to like get through. And so when I say they're like mirrors, it's like you read a story and then you apply it to like your own life naturally, whatever somebody's going through, whether it's like a murder mystery novel and you're like, oh shit, what I have done in that situation, or it's like a personal help book or something that's like really reflective of like, are you going out there and achieving your dreams, or are you making excuses? And you're like, am I? Like it's just so interesting what books do to move us and inspire us. But that's not something that you'll get like through really quick videos, because as soon as like we even begin to have that thought, we can't go deeper because we're already on to the next thing, like the next puppy video or whatever. And I just found that so intriguing, and like I really wanted to like take time to pour into myself this year, build up my knowledge. If running like works on your cardiovascular and lifting works on your muscles and food helps your organs or whatever, books literally like sharpen your mind. They question your thoughts, your beliefs, the way that you go about life, and then you can find your sense of like morals, your sense of purpose, like your sense of life. You're constantly questioning and then redefining it each and every day. And so I feel like books are an easy way to navigate that. And this, I guess, little anecdote was in hopes that you guys read a little bit more. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this run in. I don't wanna. My body's sore from yesterday's run, but I wanna go out there and be great. I'm gonna go out there and conquer the world in my own way. I'm like tired of my old version of myself. R.I.P. She's dead and gone by the end of the year. Old Precious, like I don't identify with her anymore. We're not waiting to be happy. We're gonna go out and create that. We're not waiting on the sidelines in hopes of one day I'll do this and maybe I'll do this, and you know, someday I'll like finish that project and maybe I'll write and publish my book someday. No, we're gonna get up, we're gonna go do it right now, today, not yesterday, today, because tomorrow's not guaranteed, so it might as well be today. That's the mood, that's the vibe. Cue the mantra. No, I'm just kidding. So I'm outside at Balboa Park. Beautiful. I haven't even started my run yet. I have to pee. So we're gonna have to find a bathroom first. Or maybe we'll run to one. I don't really know. I guess we'll see. It is, however, probably the most perfect day for a run. One thing they don't tell you about being healthy and drinking a bunch of water I have to pee every 2 seconds, and it's literally about to rain. I found a Starbucks and I ended up running in there, and we still have yet to start this run. So I feel like by the time I start it and live it out, it's gonna pour. Okay, I'm weak. I gave up a little bit. I started to run, but the wind is so crazy that it's creating like a mini dust storm blowing in my face. And I'm like, it's cold, it's about to rain. I'm not dressed properly, and that's my fault. Here I am with the visor, it's about to blow away. I checked the weather, but the weather didn't say it'd be like this. I was dressed like how it was for yesterday, and it's not like yesterday. It's freezing and about to rain. And so I'm just gonna go to the gym and get my miles in and then go from there. Yay. Oh, I finished that run. It was pouring, so I came to my gym and I ended up running, and honestly, I'm just really proud that I did that. I feel like often when we want something bad enough, we wait until we feel like it or we're motivated to do it, but you have to like start it. Like you can have all of this freaking kinetic or potential energy, but that doesn't mean nothing without a little bit of motion to get it to move. And I just feel like taking that first step, even when I don't want to, even though it took me until noon to like hit my run, and then I had all the excuses in the world. It was like below 50 today, it started to pour. It was cold and wet and windy and everything. And I'm like, you know what? No, you said you were gonna do this. Get up, go do it. And then the results of that, I'm like so proud, because honestly, it takes, like, nobody's gonna know how hard it is for you to get up and do something besides you. And to have self-confidence and to like believe in like what you're trying to do and what you're trying to create and who you're trying to become, like you only have to believe that. Nobody else. It's you every day, day in, day out, showing up for yourself that's gonna yield those results. I feel like all these little life lessons that I grew up learning and instilling in me through sports, through activities, through clubs, my dad even setting an example, getting up every day, 5 a.m., running like crazy mileage. I'm like, you know what? There's gonna be a day where I'm gonna get it done, or there's gonna be a day where I'm just gonna live another day full of excuses. And I'd hate to be an older lady, like sitting on my couch, not able to run or do anything anymore, and like all I have to show for it is a bunch of excuses. Couldn't be me, couldn't be me. But let me go get this shower in. Hi, welcome back everybody. I already finished my workout for this morning, showered and ready to go. I kind of want to make some banana bread. I did end up getting all the things that I have for the pie event that I was telling you guys about. Also, my dishwasher's going off, so let's just ignore that. So I have my cream cheese thawing out. I kind of want it room temperature. It's so funny, yesterday I literally had to go to Target and actually buy a bunch of random miscellaneous things for this pie event, because I realized even though I bake for a living, I don't actually own any baking things in my house, which seems kind of sus, but like, I don't know, when you bake all day, like I don't really bake at home. So I have all these old rusty bananas, and I figured what better than to make some quick banana bread, and then I'll eat my soup. So for banana bread, I can go over the little recipe with you guys and I'll like put it here. But for banana bread, it's just 150 grams of flour. Do I have an open bag of flour already? Because I know I do. Somewhere. I know I have a bag of flour somewhere. Oh, I bought brown sugar and I already have brown sugar. I bought some flour. I probably should have done an inventory. And I already have flour. Okay, I have 2 things of flour, 2 things of brown sugar. This is not a cooking channel, hence nothing's like pre-made yet. Okay, I guess we'll just open up a bag of flour, and then when I find it like an hour from now, I'll be like, oh, there it is. 150. If you don't have a scale, it's 1 1/4 cups. Boom, 150. And then 76 grams of sugar, or 1/4 cup, and 2 tablespoons. Nice. Okay. Oh, I don't think I have baking powder or baking soda. That's like very disappointing. I only got enough for pie things. I didn't think that through. We could go to the store and get some. Okay, let's run to the store. Come on. So I rationalized going to the store at this hour. I'm gonna go pick up a nice little iced coffee treat, get some editing done, pick up the baking soda and baking powder for this banana bread, and then I'll be golden, good to go. So let's go. I'm so tired. I feel like running in the morning has like knocked me clean cold. I think I need to sleep a little bit more. Make sure I get enough vitamins. Okay, let's go. Goods have been secured. I pulled up to the Target. Oh, you can't even see. Well, the goods have been secured. I got baking soda, baking powder. Also, I know I am so late and I apologize, but Olipop, y'all are sleeping. If you've never tried Olipop, these are so good. It's not like, ooh, let me be healthy and like eat some sugar-free, diet-free, blah, blah, blah crap. This tastes so good, so good. And I used to convince myself, like sparkling water is great, don't get me wrong. And I love sparkling water like LaCroix, good. Like I like the water fizzy taste because like really I just like the fizzly sensation. And then I even like kombuchas because the GT kombuchas or whatever are like super carbonated. So like that gets me my fix. Like These right here, good. I had the cream soda one and it tasted like a root beer float. It was so good. And then the other day I had a ginger ale one. So good. And now I'm gonna try the Dr. Pepper or Dr. whatever the hell it is. And that's gonna be good. But I want a coffee. I still want a coffee because my eyes are falling. So let's go ahead and do that and then head home. Not bad. Okay, we're back. Let's continue this recipe. Coffee obtained. Okay, so where we left off, we did the flour, the sugar. Now we need the baking powder, half a teaspoon of each. Half a teaspoon of salt. Boom. Half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And then 3 to 4 medium bananas. So all of your dries in one bowl. We're gonna mix that up. And then let's get the 3 to 4 bananas. 1, 2, 4. Let's whisk this first. Mix it all. You guys will see. Whisk, whisk, whisk. Okay, and then I'm gonna squish all these bananas. I'm like a little stressed out. My roommate, she left her dog outside for like an hour and a half in the peak of day from like 1 p.m. till now, and she's just crying and crying out there. And I'm like, Jesus. I'm like, I thought she'd be back, but she wasn't. And so I let her in. I couldn't take it anymore. And so now she's like laying on the couch like like dying. I'm like, you poor dog, poor dog. It just sucks because you know you can't really overstep your bounds. It's not my dog, you know, but at the same time I'm like, oh my god, it's hot. So I'm glad she's resting. I keep checking in on her. Now you're going to add 1 egg. Mix, 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 mix. Let's get it like that. 83 grams of buttermilk. We don't have buttermilk. We just have some oat milk. So that's what we're gonna use. Hopefully it yields the same result. I think we'll be fine. I know the tanginess of buttermilk's great. I didn't want to buy a bunch of stuff for this recipe. So let's tear out our scale. It says 83 grams or a 1/3 cup. So I have this one. Look at the cutest measuring cup I found from Trader Joe's, from Target yesterday. Look at that, isn't it so pretty? Okay, so we need a 1/3 cup. Mix that up. And then we're gonna add 6 tablespoons of butter, melted. Unsalted, of course, because we already added our salt. So 6 tablespoons. I love these because look, it tells you exactly how much you need right there. 6 tablespoons. So I just cut that little piece off and then melt it down. For a little 30 seconds. A little bit of vanilla. Boom, vanilla. A teaspoon. We'll do an extra one because why not? I like vanilla. And then I kind of want to add a tiny bit of ginger too. Boop, boop, boop. Or maybe a little bit extra. Butter needs a little bit more time. And then you're gonna add the dry to the wet. Oh, Jesus. I scared the dog. I don't know why. I put it in a mason jar and look, it literally exploded. So we're just gonna clean it up and try again. I feel like hot water is your best friend. Okay, so the mess is cleaned up. We washed the things. We melted the butter. You only need 6 tablespoons or 85 grams of butter. We're gonna mix it into our banana mixture here. So all the wet ingredients are together. We're gonna like mix it while we pour it. If you can let it like cool down a bit, that's better, because don't forget you have an egg in there. So if it's like boiling hot, you'll literally just scramble your eggs. And then now we're gonna add our dry to our wet, pour a little in, mix it. If you have a bowl, ideally that's best, but I don't have bowls big enough for baking really. I ought to upgrade my kitchen, so I just use what I have, and that's good enough. The result is the same. All the dry is in, let's just mix it in. You don't want to over mix, just mix just enough to the flour's incorporated and you're good to go. I'm honestly curious to see what time my roommate was actually planning to come home to get her dog, because it's been now 2 hours. 2 hours and 10 minutes. I mean, it's ablazing. That's neither here nor there. We have our nonstick pan. It says it's nonstick, and the best way to leave it nonstick is to not use spray oils. So that's just going off a plain ass bait and just dumping it straight in here. And I kind of want to do that just to see what's up. So I'm just gonna pour it directly into this tin here. I'm gonna tap it a little bit. If you have any nuts or something, you can sprinkle it on the top. I feel like all I have is oats, which isn't like as appealing. I could put some oatmeal on the top, but I feel like nuts are really what we're trying to go for, and I have no nuts, so... Ooh, I could like split it in half. It's not my best work. I'm gonna set it on the top and press it a bit, and the same with the other piece. That looks pretty. Maybe to give it like a nice brulee effect, put a little bit of brown sugar on it, and then I'm gonna just sprinkle the top of the bananas with a little bit of brown sugar, and then hopefully it has like a nice brulee like crunchy effect, or not crunchy but like caramelly. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and grab this, but we're gonna throw that in there. And it says to put it in there for 50 to 55 minutes. Okay, 50 minutes is on the go-go. We'll check on that in a minute. Right now, we have to get ready for Pie Day tomorrow, the Pie Day event, and I have to start making that stuff. So let me go ahead and clean up, reset, jot down my recipes for that, and then see you in a bit. Okay, I put back my hair because you know it's getting serious. I wrote down all of my recipes, so I'm ready to go. Basically, I'm gonna do a bunch of little individual like hand pies, kind of like empanadas, but I want it to be like individual like turnovers kind of, and I decided on raspberry and cream for the theme. So that means we need to make a jam, a crust, and a cream cheese filling. So we're gonna start off with the jam because I got a bunch of frozen raspberries, but then I also got a bunch of like fresh raspberries. The thing is though with fruit is they have a lot of juice in them, and so I want to cook them down quite a bit. So I'm gonna dump them all in a saucepan and reduce it. Let's see, something like this maybe. For jam, I always kind of eyeball it, but the ratio is like 1 pound of fruit to 200 grams of sugar, more or less, but I always say just taste it and see how it goes. But I'm very much a to taste person because we're pairing it with something else. That's the crucial step. So like a recipe may say like, okay, your jam recipe may say something, but because I know I'm adding it to something that is already going to be sweet. So like there's no point in making this jam so sweet when I'm making a cream that also has sugar and then the crust that also has sugar. So you have to think about this kind of things. I'm okay if the raspberries are more tart and then the cream is more like really like velvety and super sweet. So when you have them together, it's like nice in one bite. You have to think about the full bite, not just like each individual. We're gonna go ahead and add banana bread is smelling so good. I can't like get over it. The crazy thing is I'm making it for my older sister because I felt like it'd be so nice to give her like a little care package. She works so hard as like a mom. Oh, by the way, she has her own mommy channel. She has a set of twin girls, so cute, and then she has a little boy, and so she does like mom content. So I'll link that above. Go check out her channel, subscribe, support her, run her numbers up. She's trying to get monetized. A little banana bread can be like a nice hug because she's also living in the middle of the snow, and I'm like, honestly, God bless you, because could not be me. All the raspberries are in. So let's go ahead and weigh out the sugar. I would say to start, because that one that I ate was like pretty tart. That's also another thing. Taste your fruit, because I know you and I both know that like we've had some fruit that's like real sour one day, real sweet another day, and like what if you follow the recipe and the batch of raspberries that you got was like super sweet. Mine are actually kind of tart, so I want to actually keep to the scale of making sure that I add enough sugar to this. So we're gonna do 550 to start, and then I'll make a notation, 550 to start, and then see how that tastes. And then if as it boils down and I feel like it needs more, then I'll add more. Another thing is your jam won't jam if you don't add enough sugar. I'll just show you here. And then we're just gonna literally set this on the stove. That's it. Keep it on low or else it'll just like burn at the bottom, but because it's frozen, I literally want it to bake down and like reduce a lot. I don't want to burn it, and I don't want to add too much water to it, so we'll just keep an eye on it. So I put it on medium. Boom, jam is working. I actually wanna go ahead and add the lemon zest to it now. I feel like it'll really brighten it up a bit. Lemon, microplane. I never use these properly. I know you're supposed to go like this so you can see the pith, but I always go like this. I need to like work on that. The reason why you do that is because like this white part is really bitter. You don't want it. You only want the top, so you can't really use like a cheese grater. Microplanes are like the way to go for that kind of thing. Normally I lack the patience because I'm like cha 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 cha. But today we're gonna be patient. We want to have the best pies at the fair. If I don't like shave my nail off. Lovely, we're done. Let's take a little look. Ooh, jam is a jammin'. Okay, next on the list, we gotta make this pie crust because we need to chill for at least an hour or two. So I feel like when you're baking, you kind of have to think about like your timestamps. You gotta think on like how long certain processes take. And then you see, for example, we started off with the banana nut low because while we're doing all this, it's chilling in the oven. We ain't gotta think about it no more. And then the jam is chooping on the stove. We ain't gotta think about it no more. So now we can work on other things. Dang, it looks so good. But I think it needs a little bit more time, just a little bit. My battery died, my memory got full. I'm just a hot mess over here. Let's go ahead and measure out the ingredients for the pie. I went ahead and stuck the butter in the freezer because I just want everything to be so cold. We're gonna go ahead and add the flour. Oh, you know what? Remember how I said, oh yeah, like I know I have a bag of flour somewhere. Found it. I don't think my bowl is big enough. I hope it is. Oh, it's definitely not big enough. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, my bowl, I can't work with anything like this. This is ridiculous, but okay. 114 in sugar, because I don't know what to do. I don't have any baking bowls. I just, any big bowls in here? I have this medium size bowl. We'll add the sugar to this, and then we'll figure out how we're gonna mix it all together in just a little minute. Let's try it out. Okay, boom, tear, sugar. I find using a scale so easy because you just boom, boom, boom. You don't need all the cups. You don't got to worry about nothing. 27. That is crazy. It's now like 5 o'clock. That dog would have been out there for over 3 hours now. Not to bring that up, but like, that's crazy. Okay, anyway, cold water, butter. Let's get the butter going. Okay, butter's here. Big bowl of flour. Salt and whatever. I feel like my best bet is working in a little bit at a time. Like maybe if I split it in half. Do I own a whisk? We do what we can over here. This is what I've got. I'm gonna scoop some of it in here. Okay, basically enough to get this to be workable when I add some butter to it. That seems doable-ish. I didn't even add the water yet. That's what's really got me going. Let's just go ahead and pour that in my cute little thingy thing. Oh, that's the banana bread. Oh yeah, that looks way better. Look at that. And then it has like a nice spring back. It's for my sister, but I don't know if she'll mind if I take a little bite. The raspberries are reducing perfectly. I don't even know what to do about that. Look, there's a honeybee in my house, but I can't like kill you because you need to like live, but also you need to get out of my house. I hit it with the glove. I don't know where she went. Dang, I feel bad. I have no idea where that bee went. I feel like I should chop it up a little bit. Normally it's not necessary because I have my chopper here. I'll cut it a little bit like this and dump it in and try not to make a big old mess. I love how I'm like decapitated the whole time in this video. I gotta like back you guys up next time. So I added like some of the butter. I'll start like chopping it in. Ooh, big muscles. I honestly kind of want to just dump this all on the counter, to be so real with you. This is just getting out of hand. And we have a lot of butter to go through. Okay, surprisingly enough, this is working really well. So I laid out parchment paper and I just dumped all the flour, and this tool has actually been helping out like how it's supposed to be, because it has all these little prongs and it just like cuts all your butter for you, and I just push it out. Oh, for those following the dog story, yeah, my roommate did come for like a split second, looked at me, grabbed her dog, took her out in the front yard to pee, and then put her up in her room in her crate. And I'm like, she was chilling. She could have hung out here with me for a little bit, you know? It's none of my business, but that poor dog. That poor dog. Okay, so we're getting to the size that we want, but also when we add water and by the time we roll it all out, like they'll just break up into smaller pieces. Home baking is so different from like work baking, because like you have all the tools and the gear, and here I am like, oh shit, I don't have a roller. I literally bought a rolling pin yesterday. I'm like, I don't have a roller or a scoop or a piping bag or a tray, cooking tray. So I went and got literally everything. You guys want to check on the raspberry sauce? Let's take a look. Let me wash my hands. Yeah, it's doing pretty well. You see, this is where it started, and then it reduced down here, and it's chooping, and then I'm just stirring it every little bit because I want it to reduce quite a lot, almost like a little syrup. So I'm gonna pour a little bit and then add the flour, push it out, well again, a little bit of water, add the flour, pull it out, water, flour to cover, pull it out. So you want to hydrate the whole dough. Your hands are going to get a little sticky, and that's okay. Just wash them and then keep pushing. So a little bit of water, flour. Ideally, all this would be done in a really big bowl. But if you don't have a bowl, you could also just work it out on your counter. I put parchment paper so it won't stick so much because I don't have like a wooden one like I would at work or something. So I don't want any problems. But you don't need the parchment paper either. I'm realizing it's not as effective because I didn't tape it down. So a little bit of water. Create pie one, hot dough number one. Number two, all pie doughs are in the fridge. Let's clean up this horror show, check on the raspberry sauce, and go on to the cream cheese filling. Hi, so let's take a look at our raspberry sauce. You can tell that it's nearly ready because like the bubbles are getting slower. That's how you know it's starting to turn into more of like a syrup versus just like evaporating water. So we've got the cream cheese in this bowl here. Honestly, let this be a lesson. Get bigger bowls, baking bowls. So I'm just gonna work it slowly. It's fine. We're just gonna work it until it's all well incorporated. This, and I'll show you what it looks like now. That's looking good. Creamy, succulent. Now we need 2 ounces of cornstarch. Lemon juice. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab it piece by piece, some of the cream cheese mixture, and then work it in. And then I'm gonna sprinkle in some of the cornstarch. I'll add some of the lemon juice. And then once I feel like it's soft and creamy, I'm gonna go ahead and add it to the parchment and just rotate it all in until I feel like it's evenly like mixed. Because my bowl is so freaking tiny, I have to do this in like increments. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the aromatics to the cream cheese mixture, and then eventually I'm gonna add these eggs in as well. This is some nice freaking jelly. I know professional pastry chefs strain their seeds. I don't even have a colander, man. We're struggling a little bit. So they're gonna get a little bit of seeds in it and nobody will die. Okay, so we're gonna try the cream cheese mixture with the lemon, the vanilla, the little bit of cinnamon, the cornstarch or whatever. Okay, so we're gonna just put a little dollop on there. Just close our eyes, smell the truth. As my dad would say, like, my mouth is dancing, my taste buds are dancing. Very good, just like a raspberry cheesecake. Good. Also, the Olipop, very good. Oh, okay. The idea is like the cream cheese filling will be like this size. I feel like that's a pretty good size. I don't know if you guys can see that. Like that one or like this one. I'll do like a cute little circle in the middle. I think that's pretty good. They literally turned out so perfect. These are the ones that are cool. They look like little thumbprint cookies. They're so pretty. I couldn't decide whether to have the cream on the top or the raspberry on the top, but I feel like, I don't know, I kind of like the raspberry on the top, but they're gonna get garnished with fresh raspberries and hibiscus sugar. These are the ones that just came out the oven. I'm really excited. Good morning, everybody. Okay, so the pies have been made. They're so beautiful, and I have a little bag of extra as well. I'm here at the pie event. It's gonna be really interesting. Pie day in San Diego with a bunch of girlies. 20 pastry chefs in total. Isn't that crazy? At one of my favorite coffee shops, Provecho, or bread and salt area in downtown San Diego. I'm kind of excited, a little nervous, but let's see how it goes.
Well then, I guess I'll be on my way now. You just give me a...
Okay, so I'm back from the pop-up. Honestly, it was probably one of my favorite experiences. Like, the event started at 10 o'clock, 10 to 2, and all the girlies had to show up around 9 o'clock to get set up and everything. When I say that, like 9:30, there was a line around the block, and then 10 o'clock came around and we sold out, all of us, within like a couple of hours. Like by 11:30, everybody sold out of all their pies. And I'm just like, it was almost euphoric. I just remember this time last year, I just wanted to be able to meet people in San Diego, meet a group of girls, and everybody was so kind and sweet, and it was so cool to interact with 19 other bakers who just brought their things, and it was just like a perfect kind of day. I don't know, I'm a loss for words. I'm so happy. The raspberry pies sold too. They were great. The whole event was so successful. It was so cool because across the street, like, there was even an art event going on at the same time, so it was a cool space for a bunch of creators who wanted to like showcase things that they're working on, and yeah, I'm happy. But yeah, that's the end of like this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, do all the things, but I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.